Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Derek here. It is Monday. I wanted to do a quick video blog post today to give you an update on the Powerful Speaking Voice Challenge, how that's going. Things are going well. I've been talking to different subject matter experts for the podcast, for the Optimized Man podcast, and that's going really well. I talked to Greg Roulette this last week, who is awesome. He's an information product publisher, kind of doing similar things to what I'm doing in my business, so that's cool. And I also talked to Jaya the other day, and Jaya is a sexpert, so she gave me a couple really cool tips, sexual tips, so that I'll be releasing that here pretty quick. And yeah, other than that, things are going well. I'm using my tapes every day, and I think it's really helping. I think that I'm getting better at enunciating and different pronunciations are coming along. I've got a list of different words that I've been working on in my cool, awesome bear little notebook here, or teddy bear, I don't even know what it is. But I seem to stumble over my R words for whatever reason, and I think that using these tapes and just kind of being mindful of my speaking and focusing on it for the first time is really starting to help and starting to pay off, and just making sure that I have good vocal production at all times and speaking through my audience, not just kind of speaking to myself down here, but speaking and projecting. So these tapes have been really helping with that, and I think it's coming along well. And this video is kind of just serving as a way to document my progress with it. So we'll see. Maybe I'm making some progress. Maybe it's slow. Maybe at the end of 60 days, I'll find that it didn't really help. I don't know. We're going to see what's going to happen with that. I want to also make a book recommendation today. This is Maverick. It's by Ricardo Semler. And he basically took his father's company, Semco, it's a Brazilian company, and did some really cool, interesting stuff with it. Reorganized it instead of the kind of pyramidal structure that most businesses have. He divided it up into kind of almost like circles. The teams were you're gonna have to read it to kind of understand exactly what he did, but basically created a very highly profitable company where most of the workers, if not all the workers, are extremely happy. A lot of them set their own hours, and it's just a very incredible workplace. And another thing, interesting point that came out of this, and this is kind of really unrelated to overall what the whole book is about, is tribal theory. So basically, there's just a quick passage in here that got me thinking about my own situation and the situation of a lot of other digital entrepreneurs, people that are working online, that are working by themselves all day. So basically, the tribal theory, and you'll hear this in a lot of different areas, is that we're essentially cavemen in a digital world, and we're still the same people that we were, thousands of years ago, when we were living in small tribes and nomadic, and that now we're kind of trapped into the new digital society and the new society, and that kind of leads to a lot of unhappiness. And I agree with the theory, and it leads to a lot of social problems, and then also a lot of dietary issues and people being fat. But I agree with this theory in a lot of respects, and I really do think that tribes are important. And I think living and belonging to different tribes gives us a strong identity. So as an entrepreneur, or someone working from home alone, someone that's not working in a different office space, it's important to find your tribe and find similar people to interact with people that you identify with, to find your tribe. Because otherwise, and I've been noticing this for myself a lot recently, is that sometimes when I'm sitting here alone in my apartment cranking away, and even though I'm working with other people, and I have it's like teams of people that I work with, I still feel like somewhat of an outcast animal in a lot of ways. I feel like I have been separated from the group, from the tribe, and I'm just sitting here alone, and I'm kind of sequestered off. I'm kind of put in solitary confinement type thing. And I think that that's rooted in this whole in the whole caveman theory, where we're still cavemen trapped in this modern world. And so me just sitting here in my in my apartment by myself can lead to a lot of dissatisfaction and a lot of unhappiness. And so one thing that's great is you go out and you go to a coffee shop, and at least you're surrounded by other people, even if you're not interacting with them. But I think that you need to go beyond that. I think that there is, if you can find your digital tribe, if you can find people online that of like mind, I think that's great, and you need to do that. You have to do that, especially to succeed and to progress and move forward. But I also think that we're overlooking a lot of digital entrepreneurs, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we're overlooking why jobs and why having a physical office and having being around those people in the flesh, I think we're forgetting how important that is, and how much more quickly we could all be progressing if we were in the same room together. So there's no real point to any of this besides start to think about how you could get around those different people, how you could somehow begin working in the same physical space as other people doing the same things that you're doing and trying to do. Environment is extremely important, and I think we constantly forget its impact on us. So get around your tribe in some way or another. And I need to take my own advice on this, because there's a lot of times where I'm just sitting in my apartment and I feel, even if I'm not consciously focusing on it, I feel kind of like outcast, kind of like cut off from society. So I think it's very, very important, and it's something that I'm trying to wrap my head around and figure out how I can get around the other people doing similar things and have a similar mindset, to how to get around my tribe physically. I found my tribes online, digitally. I need to get around these people in physically though. And so that's something that I'm going to be focusing on and thinking about a lot here over the next coming months. So anyways, that was it. Weird video blog post, I guess, today, but just giving you an update, speaking more in front of the camera, and I hope you are having a good day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.